there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, it's August 2nd of 2022. We are still here in Arizona. I'm outside, it is really hot, but I didn't want to bother anyone in the house. So that's where I am, but I wanted to let you know that we have so much to talk about again today. We're going to talk about some huge changes that I am hearing on Royal Caribbean. MSC has big changes, and we've got a lot more to talk about with Princess, it turns out, as well as some updates. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I want to talk to you about what I am hearing from Royal Caribbean. It is really big news. It is not published anywhere, but it is a game changer, and I'm hearing it from several people. So first of all, the deal with Royal Caribbean came to my attention yesterday when a couple of people commented on my video and mentioned that they had heard from Royal Caribbean that people were not going to have to worry about their vaccines for a lot of ports on sailings from the US. And so in looking into it a little bit more, I checked the Royal Caribbean website, I checked the updates, I looked again at everything that was said in that earnings call, and I could not see where Royal Caribbean said that they were not going to be worrying about vaccines anymore. But a dear friend of ours, and you maybe saw that he posted also, and we have known them for 25 years, like some of our very dearest friends, and they had their daughter, who is not vaccinated, called Royal Caribbean. They were looking at booking a cruise, and so they called after the earnings call and were told that they would need to have a negative COVID test, but you didn't have to worry about whether you were vaccinated or not to go on any sailings. And so our good friend said to, his daughter, she's grown up, her own family and everything, of course, suggested maybe you should call back and make sure. And so she called back, got a different rep, and the exact same response. And so a couple of others of you have also made that comment under the video, as well as I've had several emails from people saying that they have been told the exact same thing. So I would really like to hear from any of you who are sailing on Royal Caribbean in the upcoming days. Let me know if that is true, as well as what you have been told if you have got a cruise booked on Royal Caribbean. I think that it's really interesting that they would tell people this but not announce it. So maybe an announcement is coming anytime, but it just has not been made yet. But that is going to be a really big change. And Royal Caribbean is the only one that I have heard that is moving in this direction. Norwegian has not budged on their policies, neither have any of the others. The only changes that have been made is with Royal Caribbean officially saying that starting on August 8th, there is not going to be any testing required for vaccinated cruisers on certain of the 6 days and higher cruises, as well as Carnival Cruise Line starting just on August 4th, the day after tomorrow. They are saying that if you are on sailing that is 5 days or less and you're vaccinated, no testing. Virgin Voyages and Viking have said no testing, except for Viking still does have the testing if you're sailing out of a US port. And then On the Waterways has also said that. So MSC is joining them today. MSC announced that effective August 8th, they are not going to require a COVID test for people who are fully vaccinated on sailings that are 5 nights or longer. So I just wanted to bring you up to date on that. And that kind of leads me into what I wanted to talk to you about Princess for just a minute. After my video yesterday, I don't know if I didn't explain it really well, but Princess is only requiring boosters so far on 2 cruises that we have heard of. Both of them are long cruises. We've got a 16-day round trip out of New York that goes to Canada, New England, and Greenland, and I double-checked Greenland's requirements this morning. Greenland has no COVID requirements for travelers. They don't care if you're vaccinated or not. They don't require testing, quarantining, anything. And then we've got that transatlantic, the only one transatlantic that I've heard of. Princess is not requiring boosters on any of their other sailings unless they're out of the UK or Europe. And if your vaccine, if it's been longer than 9 months since you received your initial vaccine, then you're requiring a booster. But everything that I have read about that, it's because that is being required by the EU, okay? So I just wanted to make that clear. Some people, after I did my video yesterday, said that they were done with Princess. And I just want to caution, like, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. See what's happening with everything, because the other cruise lines are still having to require that same thing in Europe right now. I reviewed that again this morning, and I have not found anywhere where the cruise lines are able to take that requirement away at this point. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you're really clear on that. The other reason that I am wondering if Princess, so this is like really a discussion, and so I want to hear your side. I really want to hear your side because I value all of your opinion. I know that you go on a lot of the same cruises that Gordon and I enjoy, and if you're going on different ones, that doesn't matter because it's really important what's going on and that we all have good information to inform our decisions. So a couple of things with Princess not getting rid of their testing protocols right off like a couple of the other cruise lines have, which mind you, Norwegian hasn't either. I am wondering if it has anything to do with what they consider their main demographic to be. I also wonder if they are considering it based on the different ports that they are going to. When these cruise lines initially announced that that testing was going to go away on those shorter cruises for vaccinated guests, they said that it would only be for sailings to Canada and Bermuda, and it turns out that if you're going to go to the Bahamas, they are also going to require that testing. And so be super careful about where your cruise is going and what the requirements are, because just because you hear a headline somewhere or even me say something or anybody else on YouTube, you should really check it out yourself. Double check with talk to your cruise line, read anything that they send you, check their website, really be prepared, okay? Because it's really interesting to me that things are changing so quickly. So stay up to date on that. The other thing that I am wondering about with Princess, and this is just, I had thought of this a lot yesterday and I'm trying to think of it in my mind, so I want to know your opinion on this as well. I find it very interesting that they have these cruises that they have granted exemptions to people to sail who are not vaccinated. And Princess will give you an exemption. It doesn't just have to be for medical reasons, and it doesn't just have to be for closely held religious beliefs. They give exemptions as well for, you know, if you don't want to be vaccinated, whatever. So I find it interesting that they are granting these exemptions to people. So that's that end of the spectrum. And at the same time, they are going to require boosters. Like, I can't figure that out in my mind. So tell me what you guys think. I think that that's a really interesting line to take. So let me know what you think about that. And I am so anxious to hear from any of you who are booked on these cruises and sail on them, just like how everything goes. I think it's going to be really interesting. So please do let us know about that. Then I wanted to also let you know, let's see, I've had a lot of questions about testing. Testing has not changed, and so for Princess, and I checked for Royal Caribbean, for Holland America, and Norwegian also sailing out of Europe, you have to do your COVID test within 2 days, an antigen, or 3 days for a PCR. And if you are fully vaccinated and you've got that booster, then they will let you have 3 days for your antigen test, except for in Greece, you guys. Everybody, just plan on getting that COVID test. In Greece, they say they'll give you 3 days for a PCR test and 2 days for an antigen, and they don't care how vaccinated or unvaccinated you are. So that 3-day allowance, if you're fully vaccinated and have your booster, to get your antigen test in Europe and the UK, that only applies, that does not apply in Greece, okay? That applies everywhere else. And then on sailings from the United States, it's very similar. If you are fully vaccinated, you've got a booster that you're eligible for, you can have 3 days to do your antigen test. If you require a PCR test whether you're vaccinated or not, you get 3 days for that. And then if you are vaccinated but you don't have a booster that you're eligible for, you get 2 days for your antigen test, okay? That is available on Princess's website as well as the other cruise lines' websites, okay? Just wanted to let you know where I got that. And then, let's see. Then this is my last point of discussion. I apologize. And then we're gonna have a couple of updates about Alaska and Venice. So I also wanted to ask you all, as I have tried to think about what's going on with the boosters and the unvaccinated and more unvaccinated people, passengers sailing, so, you know, it just takes us back because the whole restart has been so cautious, and now things are opening up more. And that doesn't mean I don't think that they should open up more. I always feel like we should take the information that we have, make the best choice we can, and move forward. That's kind of my approach. And so it doesn't mean I don't think anything should ever change, but I also have not forgotten, and I should say and I have not forgotten where we were though last year when we were like in February and March, when we were having cruises that had passengers on them, and there were so many cases of COVID that people didn't want, you know, ports didn't want to let them off. Do you guys think we could go back to that? I don't know if we could or not, if we could ever be in that situation again. I know that things have changed a lot. That's before we had any kind of vaccines. It's before we had any of the drugs that help with it. It's before, you know, just so much water under the bridge. So would you comment and tell me if you think that's even like a likelihood? It's all very theoretical, I know. And so I was just wanting your opinion on that as well. Now, a couple of updates. We have our Let's Go family member, Ronald, and he just barely he was on the Discovery Princess last week, and they did divert and go to Sitka instead of Skagway, but he also let me know on his sailing there were 3,300 passengers. The full capacity on the Majestic is 3,660, so they were sailing pretty close to capacity last week. It sounds like what I mentioned to you yesterday from our Let's Go family member, Mark, it sounds like they are sailing with fewer this week. Just wanted to let you know that. And then also, we have a Let's Go family member. Last week we were talking about Venice and how you have to get from the airport down to the port there where you would board a ship, and for Royal Caribbean right now it's in Ravenna, and how you can book a shuttle there. A Let's Go family member said there is also a shuttle called Go Opti, like G-O and then O-P-T-I shuttle, that's also a really good option in Venice. So I just wanted to make sure that you're very much aware of that. We'll start with Harry here. He said that on Saturday, this coming Saturday, they're going to get on the Majestic Princess, and they are going to be going to Icy Strait Point instead of to Skagway on August 9th, so next Tuesday. And he said that the pattern for the last few weeks has been that the southbound voyages have been stopping in Icy Strait Point, and the northbound cruises have been diverting to Sitka instead of any time that they have to go to Skagway. He said another thing is that on the southbound sailings, this was like on July 26th, and on what will be happening this week on August 6th, they have had their other port stops shortened with revised schedule that was published recently. They've lost an hour in Juneau plus 3 hours in Ketchikan. Like in Ketchikan, they're going to leave at 2:45 instead of at 6 p.m. And he said that the key seems to be they need to get back to Vancouver by 3:30 in the morning instead of 7:30 because of the tides that are have an impact on the cruise ships being able to go under the Lionsgate Bridge there. That is such a beautiful bridge. I would say if you can be outside for the sail away and the sail in on that. I really thoroughly enjoyed that when I just was there. Finally, he said also that another thing to keep in mind is that the Discovery Princess is going to be in Skagway this week, and I'm going to have, I've got a little bit of video from when I was just there at the end of June. So there is an option, and they're using it. So you've got the there's that big long pier there where the landslide happened in Skagway. There's the part right where it came down, and a ship just cannot dock there. Further down, they can go ahead and tie a ship up at that port. They are going to be doing the water tender in. The really big deal that you have to remember about that is that affects how many like wheelchair accessibility to that port. Usually they could pull right up and everybody could easily get right off, but when they have to tender, that impacts it. So I just wanted to let you know about that so you can kind of be prepared for that. And I hope that everybody that wants to be able to get off the ship there is able to, but it sounds like that's what's going to be happening this week. And so I hope that all of these updates help. I know a lot of people say that they have not been getting emails from Princess on this. I would just say keep an eye on your email, keep an eye on your spam as well. But also I would say that this is such a fluid situation that I don't think that they are going to be sending out emails telling everybody exactly the times and the ports that are going to be happening way far in the future, because so much can change. But I could also be wrong about that, but that's one thought I've had. And so just let me know how it's going on these cruises. I would love to hear how it is going on some Holland America cruises. I have not been hearing that lately, as well as any of the other cruise lines. I would love to hear. And if any of you will just let us know how it's going on board everywhere, thank you so very much. You can put it in the comments, you can send me an email. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, would you please subscribe to our channel? We are like this close to getting 11,000 subscribers, and we would like you to be part of the magic because so much fun lies ahead. We have a very bright future here together as a Let's Go family member. A whole whole big family, and you're not going to want to miss it, okay? I'll remind you all about our group cruises coming up. We're going to sail on Holland America on the Eurodom on May 27th for a week round trip out of Seattle. Would love you to come. If you have only ever sailed to Alaska on Princess, you're missing out. But I would also caution and say that if you have only sailed to Alaska on Holland America, you are also missing out. I have done 3 times on Princess, 1 time on Holland America, and that's why I want to go again next year on Holland America and take Gordon with us, okay? And we would love for you to come, okay? And you know what, you need to book, like, get it on your schedule, because September 30th is when Holland America is ending this amazing promotion they have going right now. Like, what they are offering with these sailings is, like, I would say, like, unheard of. And so send me an email at a.larson@dreamvacations.com, or just at letsgotraveltips@gmail.com, and I would be happy to send you a quote or whatever information you need. And then we all are going to Antarctica on January 20th of 2024. I know that's kind of far away, but it's a good time to like plan it, put it in your budget, put it on your calendar. It's 16 nights. It is going to be an epic journey, and it's going to be even better because we're going to be together, and it's just going to be wonderful. And on our group cruises, just so you know, you can be as involved or as uninvolved as you want to be. So anyway, think about joining us, look at your calendar, and consider what you would like to do. We'd just love to have you with us. So I just wanted you to bring you all up to date on that, and we will be talking about the group cruises a little bit more, actually a lot more, and I'm going to give you more information, why we chose what we chose, and just what we're doing. And if you notice that I had to, Gordon had to click this, it's because, you know what, my iPhone just told me that it's too hot. It has to cool down before I can use it. So that's how hot it is outside today. It's kind of fun, but thank you all very much for joining me. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't, turn on notifications so you don't miss us. We're going to be back on our normal schedule on Monday night, this coming Monday. It'll be August 8th, and we'll be at our live at 9 p.m. Eastern as usual. So if you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.